Hey peeps, and welcome back to another episode here in the Dino Overhaul X series. I almost forgot the name of the series for a second there, peeps. That would have been a pretty embarrassing mind blank. But yes, peeps, welcome back and welcome to the breeding cave. Today is Dreadnaughtus Day. If you peeps will remember, we did manage to get two back-to-back opposite gender Dreadnaughtus from some summoning tokens, and ever since then we've been slowly working on breeding them together. Now, unfortunately, peeps, I made a little bit of an oopsie while breeding them because I totally forgot that in this mod, the females will go sterile after a while. And because the Dreadnaughtus are so big, it's a very short amount of breeds before they go sterile. This is actually a lot because I think they can go as sterile as short as only 3 breeds, which is pretty tragic and unfortunately is what happened to our original females. So unfortunately for us peeps, we're not really going to be able to stack the mutations on these Dreadnaughtus because I no longer have any clean females. If you don't know how mutation stacking works, it's kind of complicated. I'm not going to go into it in this video. There's a ton of really good breeding videos on YouTube for how it all works, but the way I do it is essentially that I always want to have females that have no mutations on them, and that means 0 in both of these categories, because while you can go above the 20 cap, if you do, that hamstrings the mutation chance. And then also it's easier to cleanly stack the Dreadnaughtus. So unfortunately, we're getting to the limits of what we can reasonably achieve. And why did this just change? Am I going crazy? I feel like there was a 4th box here. Wow. All right, anyway, but the mutations that we do currently have, peeps, are 3 into stamina, 3 into weight, and unfortunately 3 into torpidity. And these are the colors we are currently rocking. Now, since the last episode though, peeps, there has been updates to the mod, because when isn't there updates to the mod that I have to inform you guys about, and they have directly affected breeding. So mutations have been nerfed and then buffed, because on the official DOX servers, some players were going absolutely insane and literally stat capping their creatures with mutations and just completely obliterating the power hierarchy of the mod. So Mike is, I think he's in the final stages of balancing it. So mutations themselves have been nerfed, and they've been nerfed in the sense that the value you get per mutation is lower. So let's see, this one right here is not mutated and it has a base melee of 233. This one has 1 mutation which gives 3 extra points, and it's only gone up 2%. So you're going to need a lot more mutations to actually have a noticeable impact on the stats that you're trying to mutate. But he has also buffed mutations, and this is actually a mutated egg here, to give now 5 points per mutation. So you'll see this baby has a mutation into health, and instead of gaining 3 points, it gains 5. And I'm guessing what he wants to accomplish with this change is make it so that mutations aren't as powerful and you reach the cap quicker, to make it so that stat capping mutations is not as viable. But he also made mutations, and I mean the chance to get a mutation has increased by 2.5 to 5 times. Now I'm not sure why there is variation or how that comes into play, but mutations are basically more common, you get more points, and yes, now thankfully we really haven't been relying on mutations in this series, so that's good. That change really doesn't affect us all that much, but I am kind of sad because I was debating going kind of insano style on these Dreadnaughtus, but I think we're just gonna let them breed until they eventually hit their 20 out of 20 caps, and then we'll take them out and fully trade them up. I'm gonna have to take out some of the gigas here to do some more trade farming for another set of unique Juggernauts. But yeah, peeps, I just thought I'd bring you back right here at the beginning before anything really happens, just to explain the new changes. And yeah, and there's also more changes, but we'll get onto those probably in the next episode. But I guess it depends on how well the Dreadnaughtus does. So yes, I will see you all in a little bit. Oh my goodness, peeps. All right, so originally, I wasn't gonna bring you peeps back until we were ready to fully trait up a Dreadnaughtus to Mega status, and as per usual, I need to grind out Unique Juggernaut and also Prime Juggernaut because, again, those two traits, the Strangle they have is it needs to be studied. But yeah, usually it takes forever, peeps. So here we are on a Giga doing a little bit of trade farming, killing Megas and all that, and oh, it disappeared. But the reason I bring you back, peeps, is because we just got absurdly lucky. So this is the first Giga that we've brought out, and the Giga doesn't have anything crazy. It got Unique Tough and Unique Wild Juggernaut, which is, you know, a Juggernaut, but we have, I think, 7 Unique Wild Juggernauts, so, you know, not that big of a deal. This is a dud Giga. I'm just leveling up it now to get it to Prime, and then Mega status to then maybe trade extract it later at base, but I have just killed a possessed Mega Sabertooth. And as you peeps all know, in the last episode, these were added into the mods that let us trait extract from primes and megas, and also things like bounties and stuff, which it doesn't say on here, but we did try that in the last episode. But my point is, I killed the saber and ran away from the possessed saber that spawned, and then shot the saber, and it gave us Unique Juggernaut. And I was hype. I was already hype. But then we kill the undead possessed saber, which summoned no Gigas, by the way, which is insane. Trade extracted that, and then it gave us Prime Juggernaut. So already, we should have all we need to trait up this Giga, or rather Dreadnaughtus. So I am pretty dang hype. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this Giga here to Paragon level 7, and then we're just gonna Paragon extract this Giga to get a Dreadnaughtus straight up to Paragon level 7, and then we're going to do some trait experimentations. And oh, also peeps, this is the Dreadnaughtus we will be using, by the way. We did get one more mutation into melee before it was, yeah, obviously capped. You can see it has 41 mutations on the female side and 34 on the male side, and obviously it doesn't have that many mutations, but the stacking does weird things. I don't fully understand it, but 8 points into melee is pretty dang good. It gives us a little bit of bonus points, but yes, peeps, I am pretty dang excited. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to kill things with the Giga, get it to Paragon 7, and I will see you peeps in just a little bit when we are ready to trait up the Dreadnaughtus. Alrighty, peeps, it is finally time for us to trade up our mutated Alpha Dreadnaughtus. Look at this absolute unit of a creature that we have named Banana Pepper, which I think is a pretty fitting name for this absolute yellow behemoth that he is. Now, also, peeps, you will notice that he is a he, which is unusual for DOX, because usually you want females because they go sterile for that extra innate 15% damage reduction. But there is a sterile potion that you can feed to creatures to give them the sterile status effect. But before we do any of that, peeps, we have 3 more DOX tech artifacts to consume in the hopes of getting a tech replicator. I got these while we were farming for traits and such on the Gigas, and here we go. Will we finally get the replicator? 1, Eden, it's given us nothing. 2, it's given us tech corner walls and railings. The final chance, and it gave us a tech force field. Well, peeps, we're gonna have a whole heck of a lot of tech stuff once we do finally get the replicator. Look at all this stuff we have. We have the full tech armor, turrets, all the teleporters, foundations, transmitters, force fields. Oh wait, what? Huh? When did I get the replicator? Wait, what? This whole time? How long have I had this? I don't remember unlocking that. I haven't fought any of the bosses. Did I really get it from one of these artifacts and not notice? There's no way it happened in a video. You peeps would have like spammed in the comments if it did. Well, heck, peeps. We already freaking have it. All right, well, I guess that's something that we can pursue. I'm gonna need to start smelting metal again because, ooh, 5,000. All right, well, kind of disappointed, honestly. I feel like I've put a lot of hype around getting that in this series, and it turns out we've already had it. What the heck? All right, but yes, peeps, so here is Banana Pepper. These are the imprinted stats. Unfortunately, we got no mutations into health and only 8 into melee before we hit the super cap on getting mutations. But still, peeps, that is a total of nearly 43,000 health base. That is more than Father Boog, who only has 31,000, more than Andero, who only has 35,000. And remember, Banana Pepper is going to get an extra 20% when it turns into a prime, and then an extra 40 when it becomes a mega. So this guy's, we might be able to start reaching the healths of Anakin Skychopper here, peeps, who has 85,000. Holy heck. All right, but yes, peeps, here is the plan. First, you don't have any traits, right? Okay, no traits, so let's go ahead and make it sterile first. So boop, there we go. Will that change the name to sterile? Nope. Okay, so now it should be sterile, I hope, unless it doesn't work for males. That could be a thing, which would be pretty annoying, but I could see that being a thing. I'll be right back, peeps. I'm gonna go double check that that females or males can still be sterile. Okay, so apparently you can. Do I need to like re-cryo? Oh, wait. Oh no, there we go. Now it says sterile. Maybe I was just not patient enough and I didn't wait for it to update. Yeah, there we go. All right, 15% damage reduction. Alrighty, peeps. Next is the corruption gauntlet. Will we get lucky with our corrupted genetic strings, peeps? Let's hope so. We got pretty good corruption on Andero, so let's see if Banana Pepper will continue the legacy. Now remember, this can roll up to 25%, and obviously the higher the better. So let's go. First one, lucky off the bat, and oh, it's a 19 reduction into speed. If only it was the other way around. Well, actually, peeps, should we just not bother with speed at all on this guy? Because let's be honest, I don't think we're, we're winning any races. And I feel like the strategy with the old Dreadnaughtus here is really just gonna be to sit there and face tank as much as possible. So here we go. Let's hope it goes into damage or damage reduction or another speed nerf. That works too. I'm getting a little nervous here, peeps. And now it's not the end of the world if none of these roll well, considering I have technically an infinite amount of them. But, I would prefer if I didn't have to do that. And okay, I guess that's fine. 16% damage reduction. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, okay, we could roll one more time, peeps. Which we might as well. It's not like we're limited, right? We can just go grab another one to turn into a Banana Pepper, but it'd be really annoying. So let's hope that it works. 4th time's the charm, but I guess we have been getting pretty dang lucky with our genetic strings, right? So I guess we're due for a bit of bad luck I suppose. But hopefully not, right? Hopefully Banana Pepper here will clutch out the win with this fourth and final genetic string. All right, please, Banana Pepper, do me proud, do me proud. And oh, dude, yes, 24 into damage. Okay, Banana Pepper. All right, in reality, though, it's only 23.82, but we don't worry about a few decimal places. Heck yeah, dude. All right, I was concerned that this episode was going to take a while longer to record, but nope, that is great. Now we just have to hope for good greater string luck, and hopefully, peeps, hopefully we get all three, because it is actually a huge difference if you only get two, or God forbid you only get one, because that's potentially 10% that you're missing out on. What is behind me? I got it on. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, we've got at least one. I think we're guaranteed to get one, and that is another bit into damage, which is good to see. No. Are you? No. No, Banana Pepper, no! Are you kidding? That, obviously, if you peeps haven't figured it out, he only took one. That is exceptionally depressing, actually. Dang, just dang. All right, screw you, Banana Pepper the first. Screw you. That really sucks because we got an insanely good corrupted roll, dude. Oh, that is genuinely so painful, but that's why I didn't use any of these yet. Just in case, right? Just in case we got some terrible luck. All right, well, off to the glue factory with you. And I guess I'll bring you peeps back if we get another good Dreadnaughtus. Dang, man. Well, at least it happened on a creature that we can renew, right? Like, imagine if that happened on, like, a primordial. That would have really sucked. All right. Well, I guess the game gets the last laugh anyway, peeps. So yeah, I'll see you all in a little bit once we get another Dreadnaughtus. Alrighty, peeps, we are back with Banana Pepper Mark II. Now, Banana Pepper Mark II, peeps, has taken a little while to create because I decided that because Dreadnaughtus are technically an infinite resource for us, all it costs is time, I decided to continuously breed them until we found a Dreadnaughtus that accepted all three graders. Now, I know what you're thinking. Once I wipe it, won't these graders go away? Yes, they will, but the potential to gain 3 will not go away because I have done some testing in the past where the amount of graders a creature can get is permanent. So no matter how many times we absolute cleanse and restart the traits of this specific Dreadnaughtus, it will always be able to get 3 graders. And that means that, of course, the first Dreadnaughtus, Banana Pepper Mark I, was only ever going to get 1 grader in return. So good news is we do have a Dreadnaughtus that will guarantee 3 graders. Bad news is I got a little impatient. My original goal was to obviously wait until I had a Dreadnaughtus that was plain, like no birth traits, and this balanced and paralyzed just come from it naturally getting those when it reached 100%. So normally I would have just thrown this one away so we could have a clean slate, but it was taking a while to get the Dreadnaughtus that I want. And of course, naturally, the first one to accept 3 graders is this one that already has paralyzed. Now, even if it just had balanced, I would have taken balance because wild balance is a pretty good trait if I remember correctly. But yeah, obviously we're not going to be keeping paralyzed. So that means we're only going to get 3 chances at corrupting this dread instead of the normal 4 we would get with, you know, a clean slate creature. So here we go. First cleanse of Banana Pepper Mark II. And let's just slap in that genetic string and 82 damage reduction. So let's see, that's not a lot, peeps. Yeah, 18. That's not bad. It's certainly not bad, right? Like, that's not bad. It's not. But it can roll up to 25, and I'm a little wounded, peeps, because we got 24 damage last time, so I'm gonna be forever chasing that high because there's no way we get that again. But I could be greedy. Because we do have 2 more chances, but if this goes wrong, not only do I have to go breed another Dreadnaughtus, I would then have to try and get another one that takes only 3 graders, or all 3 graders, rather, which is not great. So do I want to take the risk, or do I just want to take the loss? I think we have to take the risk. I think we have to take the risk. All I lose is time, peeps, and you guys know I am no stranger to sacrificing my time in ARK. And and we are rewarded. It's not as good, peeps. It's not as good as the 24, but I will take a 22.5. Yes, sir-ree. Oh, that makes me happy, peeps. That makes me happy. Now we just slam in our graders, and hopefully we get good rolls, because we know we're going to get all 3, so potentially, if we get insane luck, we could get 30% extra things here, but that's probably not going to happen. But here we go. Hopefully this all goes into damage. Like, that's what I want. Okay, a little bit of damage reduction. That's also good. I just want everything that isn't speed. I don't care about speed on this Dreadnaughtus. I'm going full damage and damage reduction because, yeah, like I said earlier, peeps, I don't think we're running away from everything. A second one into damage reduction. Please, damage. Please, damage. Okay, we're already almost capped out on damage reduction. All right, well, that sucks, because that means we're gonna have a lot of wasted points, but I won't complain. I won't complain. Let's go ahead and throw in the lucky string, throw in the overcharge eventually. There we go. And the Paragon Orb to get it to Paragon level 7. All right, peeps, so this is what we are working with. 22% base damage and only 20% reduction. Why did I think that was near the cap? Yeah, that's nowhere near the cap. Oh, I'm thinking of it like in reverse, because the cap is 75%. All right, and confusing numbers aside, peeps, all we have to do now is figure out how we want to trait Banana Pepper Mark II, and they have added a brand new system for this, peeps. If you go into the stat tracker here, there is now a trait planner button here. I'm not sure if this was always here, but recently one of the DOX community members named Raven went ahead and made an extensively amazing trait planner that Mike has slapped right into the mod. It's so good. I can't show you guys what it looks like because it takes me to a browser window, and obviously I'm recording the game. But if you are playing this mod, use this. So yeah, peeps, I will be back in a little bit once we figure out what traits we want to give Banana Pepper. It's finally time, peeps. The trait planner has helped me figure out an ideal combo, and I'm gonna be honest, peeps, for all of the things I could have used the trait planner for, this one it wasn't that helpful because I went into it with a clear vision, and that vision is damage with a side of damaged with a nice refreshing cup of damage to wash it all down. We're going with 3 wild brawlers, 3 natural brawlers, 3 added brawlers, unique juggernaut, prime juggernaut, unique wild tough, which interestingly gives more damage than unique wild juggernaut. I don't know why, that's very odd to me, but it does. But we are ending yet again with M Balance. I was very tempted to go with M Juggernaut, but it's not really worth it in my opinion, because Mega Juggernaut gives a 30% damage increase, whereas Mega Balance gives a 25%. So I'm only losing 5%, but I'm gaining a little more speed, which isn't really gonna matter. You peeps will see. But the main reason is yet again being able to resist the effects of bleed and ruptured, because our tactics with Banana Pepper Mark II here are going to be sit in front of whatever I want to kill and spam attack. And that's it, because we're not really going to be able to move. We're not really going to be able to do much of anything. And our base health, peeps, is 46,000. That is with, I believe, 15 levels. No, only 14 levels into health, and we've gotten to 46,000. So with my calculations, that should give us a approximately 80,000 base health, peeps. So we're not going to be hurting for health. The only thing that's going to really hurt are the status condition effects like bleed, like fire. So ultimately, that is why we are going with M Balanced and not M Juggernaut to go for the full damage build. Plus, the perk that M Juggernaut gives you is not being able to be slowed or stuck by anything. So like, I think spider webs won't freeze you, Lamantria stuff won't freeze you, primordial staggers won't stagger you. So it's great for a tame you want to be mobile, but again, that's not really happening with a Dreadnaughtus. So yeah, M balance seems to be the correct play here, peeps. So here we go. Let's start the process of adding all of these traits. I'm pretty nervous for this, peeps. I don't know how well it'll be. I don't think this will be better than the likes of Father Boog or Andero, because obviously they are pretty cracked, but I feel like this could be good. Plus, there is a little secret, a sneaky secret that the Dreadnaughtus has that could give it an edge, and I will get to that when we get to it. But for now, let's finish adding all of these traits. And there we go. Look at this, peeps. Let's go ahead and hop on. Can I mount? There we go. So we have 192% damage, the damage resistance cap of 75, and surprisingly, only minus 45 move speed. Now that's pretty brutal, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Let's see how actually slow it is. So here's turning in pace. I don't think this actually gets affected by move speed. All right, but here we go. Just normal walking. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a little slow, peeps. Oh gosh. All right, and sprinting. Hey, you know what? You know what? That's not terrible. It's bad, but it's not terrible. I mean, like, obviously we won't be running away from anything, right? But I was thinking we could maybe, like if we're fighting something slow, like maybe another Dreadnaughtus or something, we could try to run and then, you know, get the tail attack primed up, and oh my god, look how slow that attack is. No, maybe not. That takes like a business day to hit. But yeah, maybe like the big knockback of the tail would let us an open distance again, and we can kind of like space out things. But after seeing how long that took, probably not. Oh my god, the poop animation, dude, please. All right, here we go. We have the main attack. Oh my gosh. That's so long. that attack lasts for forever. All right, but here we go. We also have special attacks with the Dreadnaughtus. So let's go ahead, drop the inventory. With Element, I believe that lets us use the breath attack, right? Yeah, so how do you aim this? Or is it already, oh, it's already, I think it's already just doing it. And yep, there it goes. So I'm not sure if that actually does damage or not, or if that's just kind of like a anti-tech and structure destroying thing. We also have a cannonball attack, but I'm gonna be honest, peeps, I don't really want to make cannonballs. I would prefer not to. And then of course we have that middle icon, and I think that builds up a buff as we take damage. So I guess we'll have to get something to attack us. And I think I see a Giga down here, so we can use the Giga. We also get overcharge peeps. We also get crits as well. So we're gonna really be relying on crits, but let's go ahead and attack this Giga and see just how much damage we are doing. Or should I blast it? Because let's use the ranged attack. Oh, it's kind of sucks to aim because the big head. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot I sit on its shoulders. All right, but here we go. Oh. Okay, looks to be about 10,000. Does that hit multiple times? Or are there multiple creatures there? Because if that hits multiple times and it's doing 10,000 per tick, this might actually be a rival to our strongest creatures. How big is the next slam doing? And, 14,000 with a decent amount of knockback as well. So yeah, obviously I guess we're hitting about as hard as like the Broodmother's melee attack, but again, the Broodmother hits way faster. So, but you gotta remember, peeps, this is not the DPS rush down creatures. This is the endure at all costs creatures. So our damage might not be great, but we have, 81,000 health and a mountain of damage resist. And I want to go find a mega creature, peeps, because that is where the secrets to the Dreadnaughtus come into play. So let me go ahead and march ourselves in this direction. All right, you know what? Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe I just cryo you and we fly around on Sky Chopper until we find something to actually fight. So I will bring you peeps back once we find a mega. Alrighty, peeps, I have found a golden mega alpha shally, which will be a pretty good test for us. So let's go ahead and aggro the shally and bring it back to Banana Pepper. Now, this is the secret, peeps. The secret to why the Dreadnaughtus might be amazing, because the Dreadnaughtus comes with the Titan Killer ability. And if you don't know what that is, against creatures with extremely high drag weights, like I think the only creatures in the vanilla game that have the drag weight requirement are the Titans, and maybe Giga and Karcha, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But the Megas apparently also count. So yep, you can see it at the top of the screen. Titan Killer has activated. We now have 50% extra damage and damage resistance for free. Literally for free, just by being near Megas, because Megas, and I think Primes as well, all have very high like carry weights for some reason, and that gives us an insane buff against them. So even though we don't do a lot of damage, but as you can see, it's hitting us. Now, a golden mega, keep in mind, that has 98 times normal damage. Now granted, it's only level 55, is only hitting us for 139 damage. Now that's with elusive procs, but as you can see, the key to the Dreadnaughtus is just tanking it and just hitting and being an unstoppable force against these megas. And look at that, we're already back to max health. That was a golden mega, peeps, a golden mega. Now again, granted, it was a lowish level and it was only a shally, but still, you peeps see what I'm talking about. So the only thing we really are going to ever have to worry about are the status effects percent-based damages, which again is why I decided to go with balance. And as you can see, the stat in the middle, like the little buff that we have, was counting up as it was hitting us. So I don't know exactly what that does. I'll look it up and tell you guys in the next clip, but I think that gives us even more damage or damage resist as we, build up that stack. So the longer the fight is, the stronger we get. So I don't know, peeps. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything yet because it's early days for Banana Pepper, but this could be very good. Oh, there's a Prime Wild nearby. I think it was an Anki. I think I actually saw it. Oh yeah, there it is. It is an Anki. All right, let's see. If I get close to it, yeah, dude, Primes. also give us the 50 damage, 50 damage resist. Holy heck. All right, so yeah, all we have to do now is get this guy to Paragon level 10. Hopefully we get lucky with the Paragon power, and oh my gosh, 30,000 damage with Overcharged and the Titan Slayer buff. Oh, I'm pretty excited for this, peeps. I am pretty dang excited. I can't see a single thing in this forest, but yeah, I guess I'll see you all in a little bit once we have Paragon level 10, or if something interesting happens in the meantime. Alrighty, peeps, welcome back. We are still on the Paragon grind, and it's slow, peeps. It is slow, I will admit, not only because the banana pepper is slow and it takes forever to get anywhere, but also because we need a lot of experience. We have just hit Paragon level 9, and yeah, we need well over 100,000 more experience to go before we hit Paragon level 10. Also, I did go ahead and make cannonballs because, you know, I figured why not? And I'm gonna be honest, peeps, they kind of suck. Like, they're not good to use. Like, I'll go ahead and just waste one to show you guys how bad this is. So you start this wind up and you get like kind of an aiming thing, but the neck blocks the entire thing. And then it shoots a little spit vomit cannonball, and it does a decent amount of damage. And the cooldown, as you peeps can see, is pretty quick, but it really doesn't like to hit. If there's anything small, you're not gonna hit because it has a very limited range. Like, as you can see, this is as far down as I can go. So even holding the mouse directly down, that's as far forward as we can shoot it. So 90% of the things that we're fighting, we're not gonna hit with that. And then even when we are fighting something big, sometimes the cannonball will just launch itself off to the side. And it's like, wow, cool. Glad I wasted all that time charging up. Also, the little buff that we have building up is called Dread, and all that affects is the breath beam attack. And when it hits 20 stacks, you do just a little more damage with the beam. So I guess the play is to get to 20 stacks, use the beam, and then spam, you know, the head sweep in between the beam's cooldown, right? For maximum DPS. And then maybe if we're fighting something absolutely obnoxiously large, we could use the cannonballs, or at least try to, because they do a decent amount of damage when they hit. It's not, you know, anything crazy, but I guess they do have the potential to crit, right? But that brings me to why we are back at base, and that is because I think we should try to fight an uber mega, peeps, because I'm gonna be honest. Oh god, okay, I already had everything I needed to summon it. All right, well, I guess we're just jumping right in. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, peeps, uber megas are terrifying, but they do give a good actually, hi. And what are you? God, that's a lot of health. Oh, dude, I thought it did like 500,000 damage to us. It's got vampiric. Are you kidding? Oh gosh dang it, at least we do a decent amount of damage to it. All right, oh, you know what, I'm kind of a silly goose. Oh, get rid of the berries. All right, potions. I was not ready for this at all. I didn't think I had everything I needed on my inventory. All right, here we go. Let's just start spamming. Did I do 28,000 damage to it? Oh, we're actually chunking it. Oh, it's overcharged because of course it is. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts a lot. I'm actually gonna eat a potion here to counteract its overcharge. We're doing insane damage. Like, this is more damage than what I was doing to a bunch of the, like, normal megas that we were fighting. What? Oh god, yeah, that's another issue with the dang Dreadnaughtus, is sometimes the attack just whiffs. Okay, let's move a little, and here we go. All right, its overcharge has run out. It's actually chunking us. Oh. Did we find the cheese spot, peeps? Hold on, let's do a little bit of a rotation. Actually, I'm gonna stop here because the attack hitbox should hit. Yeah, we're actually doing a lot of damage. Oh god, we're feared. Wait, but we're feared for so long that the attack cooldown basically lasts throughout the entire fear. That's pretty funny, dude. Okay, oh wait, actually, hold on. Oh, he's on top of us now. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is actually quite close. I'm not gonna lie. Should we try to use the breath attack? I think we will. Now, another issue, peeps, is the breath attack kind of sucks as well because I'm aiming it directly at him, right? And it just doesn't hit. It just doesn't hit. And that happens so often where my attacks will just whiff, and I have no idea why. So the Dreadnaughtus is very inconsistent, and it seems to just all be good for is just spamming the head sweep as the only form of consistent damage. And actually, we're in a bit of trouble here, peeps. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is not good. We're already back up to 20 stacks. Should I try the cannonball? Probably not, right? I think we need to kind of lock in and spam all of our potions. Oh my god, yeah, we need to spam all of our potions. Some of those. Okay, hopefully it doesn't overcharge again. We are overcharged. Oh, why'd that do so little damage? And of course, it's healing with Vampiric Drain. And of course, every time the stupid banana pepper needs to poop, we lose like 5 seconds of damage. Oh, this is bad. Why is it a tier 5 with level 3 Vampiric, dude? What did I do to deserve this? Oh, this is no bueno, peeps. It's taking like no knockback as well. All right, let's drink another potion. I'm gonna have to drink all of my health potions here. Oh, there we go. The crits though. All right, come on. It's. Oh, I thought I heard another one. I was like, oh god. Oh, you know what? I haven't even taken into account that it can summon primes. Oh no. All right. Well, thankfully it hasn't done that yet, and hopefully it continues to not. Oh yes. Yeah, get out of here, idiot. Okay, good. Let's back up. Activate precise movement. Oh, I think that might be just what saved us. Can I still hit it from here? I can. Oh, okay. All right, look at that damage. 279 times with max damage resist, because of course it does. Oh, hi. Thankfully it hasn't aggroed. I don't even want to know how much damage that thing does. The prime mini bosses are beyond terrifying. All right, just smacking away at it though. And for some reason we get this 10% of total health regained buff. So do you like heal while fighting these guys? Because that's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead, activate all buffs again, because why not? We have a speed increase from the mystery potion. That'll help us out so much. And yeah, peeps, I guess this is a good example. Like, this is probably one of the toughest things we'll fight. Dinotherium does immense damage, and it's a tier 5. Do not walk off. And oh, okay, so you know what? I think the tech is to try and hit things with like the very beginning of the attack, so you're barely feared. Oh my god, look at this poop animation, dude. Literally lasts a year and a day. But here we go. Let's attack. It's healing. The poop animation is so long it activates the healing. Oh boy. He's on the platform saddle. Hi. Oh my gosh, I barely do any damage to. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You're gonna heal me more than you're gonna hurt me, because he's just gonna proc overcharge and do like no damage to us. Oh, all right. So yeah, like against these normal creatures, peeps, they do no damage. That just shows how strong these Ubers are. But there we go. Uber defeated. Let's start tail smacking this guy. I just wish we did more damage. Oh, there we go. Why did we only hit for 1,000 at the start? Maybe that's because like the dynamic scaling needed to take into effect. Oh, look at this poop animation, please. Oh, all right, there we go. Oh, I was like, how does that miss? All right, let's maybe try to use the breath here, because we do have 20 stacks, and maybe we'll hit this guy. Probably not though. And aim at his tail, maybe. Yeah, no, it's so inconsistent, peeps, which sucks because it does a lot of damage if it hits, but if it doesn't hit, I've just wasted so much time. Oh, and there it goes. Okay, I guess they have like a certain lifetimer after the Uber dies. All right, well, what did we get from that? Not a lot of great stuff. Anything good here? No. How much experience did that give us? Not a lot. About what, 20,000? which, I mean, fair enough. That's not bad, but it's also not good. Oh, should we try it again, maybe? Maybe, you know, I'm just surprised that we lived that, to be honest. Oh, you know what, oh yeah, let me go grab another Warlord shard, and then we gotta heal up the Dreadnaughtus. And then I guess we'll try it again, because that, like I said, is probably one of the worst things we could face. And it wasn't that bad, like it overcharged and was doing massive amounts of damage. So if it didn't do that, we probably wouldn't have needed to burn so many health potions. And speaking of health potions, I'm gonna make more of those as well. So I will see you peeps in a little bit. All right, let's try that again and transmute Uber Mega. Right. Need the corruption crystal shards. How could I forget? What a silly goose I am. And here we go. No Dinotherium, please. That would be greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead, put these back at the top. And what are we blessed with today? Something? Oh, what is that? A Gigadesmodus? What? Hi! I've yet to see. Oh my god. Tier 6! Tier 6! Tier 6! Requires exotic kibble to tame. You know, I wasn't gonna talk about all this stuff, peeps, in this episode because it didn't pertain. But I suppose it does now. I'll be right back. I gotta go look at the patch notes. Okay, so the patch notes aren't very clear. It says the Gigadesmodus is new, chance to spawn from the death of a champion. Now, does it spawn a tier 6 Uber champion Gigadesmodus? Or does it spawn a normal one? Because that one said it's tameable via exotic kibble, which we do have, peeps. Again, that was something new that was added, which I didn't want to go into in this episode because it didn't pertain to the contents of what I wanted to do today. But the mining forge does have a chance to mine them, and you can also craft them in here, and it takes just whatever amounts of crafting recipes. It's not that hard to craft. So do we try to tame this thing, peeps? Is that what we're thinking? Maybe? Should we try? I don't know if it, because the patch notes aren't very clear, right? It says a chance to spawn upon the defeat of a champion. But I don't know if that means we can tame the Uber or if it's supposed to spawn a normal variant, right? I don't know. Let's go ahead. I don't have resin. Let's go grab some resin so we can do resin armor so our bug doesn't get obliterated. Tier 6, peeps. That's also new and terrifying at 300 times damage. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see the damage resist. Hopefully the damage resist isn't more than 75% because that would be depressing. Oh, I already had resin in my inventory. I'm such a silly goose, peeps. All right, let's see. How do we do the armor again? Like left control, right click. What? Hello? Oh, it's ammo. Resin armor is C. All right, there we go. And hi. Requires exotic kibble to tame. Allows riding and mating. That's insane that you can mate them. Okay, this is what we're gonna do first. We're going to split the stack, and I'm going to drop one above it, and maybe that'll drag it down to the ground? Unless it wants to land by itself. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's quick, isn't it? All right, guess we're fighting it. I do probably no damage to this thing, peeps. It's so fast! Huh? Huh? What? How much what? 770,000 damage to a primordial rhino that had all of that damage resist stacked, as well as resin armor. What am I meant to do against that? What? Something tells me that creature needs a few more balance passes. I really hope my pygmies alive. Because if not, that would kind of suck. Also, rest in peace, Anakin Skychopper. Oh my god! Buggy is dead. Dead as hell. Okay. Well, I'm glad we didn't. Oh, that's terrifying! Leave me alone. Banana Pepper, no! Banana Pepper! We gotta save Banana Pepper, peeps, before he dies. Unless... I don't... Nope, there goes Banana Pepper. Okay, Well, things have gone from bad to worse in a very quick time frame, haven't they, peeps? We've lost Anakin Skychopper, Banana Pepper, and our pygmy, and all of the kibble that I had built up. Well, I guess it's not gone. We can go back and get it, but yeah, tier 6 Uber Megas. Tier 6 Uber Mega Gigadesmodus especially. Probably needs a balance pass, because at the very least it can't get into my base. Hi! Hello! I don't have a spyglass. Well, I guess I'm sitting here for the cooldown until this guy despawns, I suppose. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. In the next episode, I guess we need to get a new pygmy, and at least we still have Huey, our old radio. And, yeah, I will see you peeps in the next video. Bye-bye.